So guys, how big a star can Naoya Inoue become in the sport? I think he can become a massive star. And the reason why I say this is because he's from a country where there's not a lot of stars. You know, Japan doesn't have, you know, they're not glittered with stars like the UK is, for example, or like America, or, you know, like the more developed countries are. I'm not saying Japan's not a developed country. It just doesn't have a lot of stars in that country. You know, they don't have the kind of stars that they have in some of the other countries. So I think this guy's already a superstar in his country. I think, you know, the sky's the limit for him. He could potentially go on to become a huge icon like a Pacquiao. Because again, the Philippines don't have the amount of stars, you know, that you know, America or the UK have. And same with Canelo, for example, in Mexico, they don't have that many stars. That's why Canelo's such a big star. And that's why I think the Inoue can become such a big star, because there's not that many stars there. The whole country will get behind him when he fights. If he keeps winning, of course, and keeps racking up those victories and keeps doing it impressive style like he is at the minute, then what will happen is there'll be continued buzz about this kid. He's obviously got to continue performing, of course, but I think the sky is the limit, and I think he's a great talent. And not just the fact that I think he could become an icon and a huge star. I also feel that he can transcend the sport for the lower weights. I think he can also get more money for the other fighters in the lower weight categories, because I think he can become that bigger star. Because as we know, the weight categories, bantamweight, super bantamweight, flyweights, and all of those guys don't get paid that much money. You know, they get paid the crumbs, really. They're not normally main events. They're mainly on undercards. I believe Inoue can become, although he was on the undercard of Josh Taylor's fight, I believe Inoue can become a headline act. And by doing that, I feel like he can get more attention to the lower weight categories. Because again, the reason why Inoue is getting a lot of attention, not because of the fact that, yeah, he's from Japan, of course, and in that country, they haven't got the kind of that many stars, and he's growing as a brand in Japan, but it's the fact that he knocks people out. And people like to see knockouts. He hits devastating knockouts. Matthew Macklin said Inoue is pound for pound one of the biggest punchers in the sport, alongside Wilder, and you can't disagree with that. And this is why people like watching that. People like seeing knockouts. They love seeing people splattered out. Just like I made a video about Deontay Wilder earlier, people love seeing people get knocked out, and Inoue knocks people out. That's why Inoue is going to become that star. The sky's the limit for this kid. And he's not just going to, in my opinion, if he keeps winning, of course, he's got to keep performing. He's not just going to become a star in his own right. I feel he's gonna transcend the lower weight categories and financially make the lower weight categories a lot more lucrative for the smaller guys, which obviously I think the smaller guys give us some really good scraps, and they deserve big money as well. Unfortunately, there's not that kind of interest in the lower weight categories that there are in the higher weight categories, but Inoue may change that. This is what I'm trying to say. You only need one star to come along and people are like, whoa, who's this? You know, and there's more interest in watching those lower weight categories. So this is what I'm trying to say. Inoue could transcend the lower weight categories. And the reason why he's going to do that is because he's a knockout artist. People love to see knockout artists. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know if you agree with what you think I'm saying. If you disagree, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.